Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, I want to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Faridz Anugrah. I'm from class PKGA and I'm from Indramayu. Okay. Here I want to presentation about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs as the first group of reptiles of the clade Dinosauria. They first appeared during the Triassic period between 2043 and 2033 million years ago. Although the exact origins and timing of the evolution of dinosaurs is the subject of active research, they become the dominant terrestrial vertebrates after the Triassic-Jurassic extinction event to 2001 million years ago. Their dominance continued through the Jurassic and Cretaceous period. Reverse genetic engineering and the fossil record both demonstrate the birds are modern feathered dinosaurs, having evolved from earlier tripods during the late Jurassic period. As such, birds were the only dinosaurs lineage to survive the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event 66 million years ago. Dinosaurs can therefore be divided into avian dinosaurs or birds and non-avian dinosaurs, which are all dinosaurs other than birds. This article deals primarily with non-avian dinosaurs. The first is Triceratops. Triceratops from Greek meaning three-horned face is a type of large horned three-horned dinosaurs. Its legs can reach 6 to 9 meters. Its height is around 4 meters and weight is 7 tons. Short tail is 3 tons. These dinosaurs rarely run away because of Tyrannosaurus, because usually they protect themselves with sharp horns. It was once called a dinosaur snake because the combination of head and horns made him like a knight with sword and shield. This title has a point because the skin that is in the position of shield is very hard. Besides that, the sharp horns can make opponents fragmented. Triceratops has 3 horns, two on his A-bone and 1 on his nose. Its full leg reaches 2 meters. Triceratops has 4 sturdy legs to support his body. Some experts say Triceratops can run fast, but they can reach speed of at least 30 km/h. And then Compsognathus. Compsognathus is a genus of small bipedal carnivorous theropod dinosaurs, member of its single species Compsognathus. Longipes could grow to around the size of a turkey. They live about 100 150 million years ago, during the Titanian age of the late Jurassic period. In what is now Europe, paleontologists have found two well-presented fossils, one in Germany in the 1000 and 1080 and 15 years, and the second in France more than century later. Today, Silongipus is the only recognized species, although the largest specimen discovered in France in the 109,017 years was once thought to belong to separate species and named C. corallestris. And then Ankylosaurus is a genus of armored dinosaurs. Its fossils have been found in geological formation dating to the end of the Cretaceous period, around 68 to 66 million years ago in western North America, so that among the last of the non-avian dinosaurs. It was named by Barnum Brown in 190 years. The only species in the genus is a magnificentric. The genus is A. magnificentric. The genus name means fused lizard, and the specific name means big belly. A number of specimens have been activated to that, but a complete skeleton has not been found, although other members of Ankylosaurus are represented by broader fossil material. Ankylosaurus is often considered a member of archetype of this group, although it has some unusual features. And then Mamenchisaurus. Mamenchisaurus is a sauropod dinosaur genus, including several species, known for their remarkably long neck, which made up half the total body length. It is known from numerous species, which range in time from 160 to 145 million years ago, from the Oxfordian to Titanian age of the late Jurassic period of China, and the largest species may have reached 35 meters in length and possibly weigh 50 to 70 and 75 tons. Mamenchisaurus was first discovered in 109,005 on construction site of the Yitang Highway in Sichuan, China. In partial skeleton fossil was then studied and named Mamenchosaurus constructor in 1,154 years by the renowned Chinese paleontologist Professor Ciccio. The type specimen had an incomplete neck with 40 vertebrae presented, and none of these were complete. M. constructus has been estimated around 30 meter and 50 meter in length. Mamenchosaurus means Mamenchi lizard from the Chinese pinyin ma or horse, and min is cat, while chi is translation of sea, stream or brook, combined with the suffix saurus from Greek saurus meaning lizard. And then this is Tyrannosaurus rex. Tyrannosaurus rex is a genus of tripod dinosaurs belonging to the clan of Siuronsia. The species Tyrannosaurus rex, often dubbed T-Rex or T-Rex. Rex means is a king in Latin. Is one of the large tripods that's known to the wider audience. Tyrannosaurus lived on a continent known as Laranthia, which has now changed to Western North America. Tyrannosaurus are far more scattered than other Tyrannosauridae animals. Tyrannosaurus fossils have been found in various geological formations from the late Cretaceous period around 68 to 66 million years ago. Tyrannosaurus was one of the last known bird dinosaurs before the occurrence of the Cretaceous extinction event. Like other Tyrannosauridae animals, Tyrannosaurus is a bipedal carnivore with a large skull balanced by its heavy and long tail. Tyrannosaurus have strong and large hind limbs, while their front limbs are short and only have 2 fingers. The most complete Tyrannosaurus specimen has a length of 12 meters and height of 4 meters in the pelvis. The highest point of Tyrannosaurus because his animal cannot stand upright, and in the most modern estimates have a mass between 8 to 14 tons. Although there are other theropods with large bodies that can rival or even exceed Tyrannosaurus rex. Tyrannosaurus is still one of the largest land predators ever found, and is thought to have the strongest bite of all animals that live on land. In its environment, Tyrannosaurus rex is the largest carnivore, so they are most likely a top predator that preys on Hadrosauridae. Herbivores such as Leptopsia and Ankylosauria, and possibly Sauropoda. There are some experts who believe that pure Tyrannosaurus is a scavenger. The debate about the identity of Tyrannosaurus is a top predator of scavenger is one of longest debates in paleontology. Most paleontologists today hold the conclusion that Tyrannosaurus were predators who also ate carcasses. And then Gigantosaurus. Gigantosaurus is a genus of tripod dinosaurs that live in what is now Argentina during the early Caymanian age of the late Cretaceous period, approximately 98 to 97 million years ago. The holotype specimen was discovered in the Candelarus Formation of Patagonia in 1993, and it's almost 70% complete. The animal was named G. carolini in 9095. The genus name translates as giant southern lizard, and the specific name honors the discoverer Ruben D. Carolini, a dentary bone. A tooth and soundtrack is discovered before the holotype were later assigned to this animal. The genus attracted most interest and became part of scientific debate about the maximum size of tripod dinosaurs. Gigantosaurus was one of the largest known terrestrial carnivores, but the exact size has been hard to determine due to incompleteness of the remains found so far. Estimates for the most complete specimens range from a length of 12 to 30 meters. A skull 1 to 2 meters in length and weight of 4 to 30 tons. The dentary bone that belongs to a supposedly larger individual has been used to extrapolate a length of 30 meters. Some researchers have found the animal to be larger than Tyrannosaurus, which has historically been considered the largest tripod, while others have found them to be roughly equal in size, and the largest size estimates for Gigantosaurus exceeded the skull was low, with robust, round and wrinkled nasal bones and the ridge-like crest on the lacrimal lacrimal bone in front of the eye. The front of the lower jaw was flattened and had a downward projecting process or chin at the tip. The teeth were compressed sideways and had serrantians. The neck was strong and patriarchal, proportionally small. Part of the family Carcharodontosauridae. Gigantosaurus is one of the most completely known members of the group, which includes other very large tripods such as the closely related Maposaurus and Carcharodontosaurus. And then is Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus, meaning Spain lizard, is a genus of tripod dinosaurs that lived in what now is North Africa during the Upper Albian, Upper Devonian stage of the Cretaceous period, about 120 to 63 million years ago. This genus was known first from Egyptian remains discovered in 1912 and described by destroyed in World War II. But additional material has come to light in the early 21st century. It is unclear whether one or two species are represented in the fossil reported in the scientific literature. The best known species is S. aegyptiacus from Egypti. Without potential second species as Maroccanus being discovered from Morocco. And then Megalosaurus, meaning Greek lizard from Greek, Megas meaning big strong or big, and Saurus meaning lizard, is an extinct genus of large meat-eating theropod dinosaurs of the Middle Jurassic period, Devonian stage, 166 million years ago, of southern England. The top fossils from other areas have been assigned to the genus. The only certain remains of Megalosaurus come from Oxfordshire and date to the late Middle Jurassic. The earliest possible fossil of the genus come from Tecton limestone formation. One of these was the lower part of the femur discovered in the 17th century. It was originally described by Robert Clough as a thick bone and of a Roman war. Elephant, and then is a biblical giant. The first scientific name given for it in the 18th century was Scrotum humanum, created by Richard Brooks as a caption. However, this is not considered valid today. And then Allosaurus is a genus of carnivorous biped dinosaur that lived 5,055 to 1,050 million years ago during the late Jurassic period. The name Allosaurus means different lizard, alluding to its unique concave vertebrate. It is derived from the Greek different order and generified. The fossil remains that could definitely be ascribed to this genus were described in 177 by paleontologist Ornithal Carlos Marx as one of the first well-known theropod dinosaurs. It is long attracted attention outside of parental circles. Indeed, it has been a top feature in several films and documentaries about prehistoric life. And then Leopleurodon is genus carnivore reptile from sea. Okay. Marine life reptile carnivores belonging to Thesauronidae, a clade of short-legged Plesiosaurus. The two Leopardon survived the Cambrian stage of the Middle Jurassic period. Species survived the Cambrian stage of the Middle Jurassic period around 160 to 155 million years ago. It is a top predator from the Middle to late Jurassic Sea that covers Europe. The largest species, Alcerox, is estimated to have grown to 6 meters in length. The name Leopardon comes from the ancient Greek word smooth, seed, rig, and pit. The genus name Leopardon was created by Henry Emile Sauge in 1087 and 3 based on very bad remains consisting of 3 teeth 7 centimeters on centimeters. And then Carcharodontosaurus. Carcharodontosaurus is a genus of carnivorous Carcharodontosaurid dinosaurs that existed during the Cambrian stage of the mid-Cretaceous period. It is currently known to include 2 species, C. saharicus and C. iguindensis, which were among the large report. nearly as large as or even larger than Tyrannosaurus, Gigantosaurus, and Spinosaurus. The genus Carcharodontosaurus is named after the shark. Genus Carcharodon itself composed of the Greek meaning jagged or sharp and odon head, teeth, and the suffix saurus is lizard. Carcharodontosaurus included some of the lungs and his non-carnivorous dinosaurs, with various scientists proposing leg estimated for the species. Saharicus ranging between 20 and 30 meters, and weight estimated between 6 and 50 metric tons. And then Sucumicus, meaning crocodile mimic. It's a genus of spinosaurid tripod dinosaurs that live between 125 to 112 million years ago in what is now Niger, during the Aptian to early Albian stage of the early Cretaceous period. The animal was named and described by Paul Sereno and Faridz based on partial skeleton from the El Haz Formation. Its long and small skull, similar to that of a crocodile, earns its genus name, while the species Sucumicus tenerensis alludes to the locality of its first remains, the Ternate Desert. Some paleontologists consider the animal to be an African species of the European Spinosaurid Baryons Tyrannosus. Sucumicus might also be a junior senior of the contemporaneous Spinosaurus Christosaurus Laplanti, although the later taxon is based on much more fragmentary remains. Sucumicus was 9 to 11 meters long and weighing between 2 to 3 to 5 tons. Although the holotype specimen might not have been fully grown, Sucumicus' narrow skull was present on a short neck, and its fangs were powerful, with bearing a giant crown on each tooth. Along the midline of the animal's back ran a long dorsal sail, but from the long narrow spines of its vertebrae, like other spinosaurids, it had a diet of fish and small prey animals. And then an interesting ornithologus. An interesting fact about ornithologus is that since it was first discovered in July of 109 9,000. It was the first theropod dinosaurs to be discovered in the 20th century. Since this time, ornithopteryx has been regularly depicted in book art and even dinosaurs documentaries, such as the BBC series Walking with Dinosaurs. However, today many of these reconstructions are actually considered to be inaccurate due to original misinterpretation of the fossil, as well as assumed ideas about these dinosaurs' behavior. The general appreciation Ornithopteryx was a small theropod dinosaur that was built for speed and agility rather than strength and brute force. However, the lower leg bones are thought to have been slightly shorter and the femur, something that is contrary to other fast-running dinosaurs. This might indicate that while Ornithopteryx was a lightweight, reasonably fast theropod, it was not suited to catching other small bipedal dinosaurs. Up to half of the total body weight was made up of the tail, which would have served as a balancing aid. And then Velociraptor. Velociraptor is a genus of Dromaeosaurus saurid-tripod dinosaurs that lived approximately 75 to 71 million years ago, during the later part of the Cretaceous period. Two species are currently recognized. The third other have been assigned in the past. The type species is a Mongoliensis. Fossils of the species have been discovered. The type species is P. mongoliensis. Fossils of the species have been discovered in Mongolia. The second species, P. osmolkai, was named in 2008 for school material from Inner Mongolia, China. Smaller than other dromaeosaurids like Deinonychus and Archaeopteryx, Velociraptor nevertheless shared many of the same anatomical features. It was a bipedal furtive carnivore with a long tail and an enlarged sickle-shaped claw on each hip foot, which is thought to have been used to tackle and disassemble prey. Velociraptor can be distinguished from other dromaeosaurids by its long and long skull with an obturned snout. Velociraptor is one of the dinosaurs most familiar to the general public due to its prominent role in the Jurassic Park motion. picture series. In real life, however, Velociraptor was wrongly the size of a turkey, considerably smaller than the approximately 2-meter tall and 80 kilogram reptile seen in the films, which were based on members of the related genus Dinosaurus. Today, Velociraptor is well known to paleontologists, with over a dozen described fossil skeletons, the most in any dromaeosaurid. One particularly famous specimen resurfaced a Velociraptor locking in combat with a Protociraptor, and then Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus is a genus of dilophodoid sauropod dinosaurs, whose fossils were first discovered in 1077 by S. V. Williston. The generic name, coined by Ottinel Carlsmas in 1188, Neo-Latin term derived from Greek double and beam, in reference the double-beamed reference bones located in underside of the tail, which were then considered unique. It is now common scientific opinion that Seismosaurus holorum is a species of Dilophosaurus. The genus of dinosaurs lived in what is now mid-western North America at the end of the Jurassic period. Dilophosaurus is one of the more common dinosaur fossils found in the middle to upper Meriston Formation between about 154 and 152 million years ago. During the late Cambrian age, the Morrison Formation record the environment and time dominated by gigantic sauropod dinosaurs such as Apatosaurus, Borosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Brontosaurus, and Camarasaurus. Its great size may have been danger to the predators Allosaurus and Ceratosaurus. Their remains have been found in the same strata, which suggests that they coexisted with Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus is among the most easily identifiable dinosaurs, with its typical sauropod shape, long neck and tail, and 4 sturdy legs. For many years, it was the longest dinosaur known. And then Archaeopteryx, meaning Archaeopteryx, its German name or Vogel, is a genus of bird-like dinosaurs that is transitional between non-avian feathered dinosaurs and modern birds. The name derives from the ancient Greek meaning action and meaning feather or wing. Between the late 19th century and the early 21st century, Archaeopteryx had been generally accepted by paleontologists and popular reference books as the oldest known bird remember of potential affiliates have since been identified, including Anchiornis, Theologia, and Auronis. Archaeopteryx lived in late Jurassic around 150 million years ago in what is now southern Germany. And then Parasaurolophus.
Assalamualaikum. Kita belajar dulu ya.
Parasaurolophus, meaning near lizard in reference, is a genus of herbivorous ornithopods, dinosaurs that lived in what is now North America and possibly Asia during the late Cretaceous, about 76 until 73 million years ago. Was a herbivore that walked both as a biped and as a quadruped. Three species are universally recognized: Kewalki, the type species, the Tubician, and the short-crested Cretaceous. Additionally, a fourth species, Aegianesis, has been proposed, although it is more commonly placed in the parrot genus Carnosaurus. Remains are known from Alberta, Canada, New Mexico, and Utah, United States. And possibly Homogen China. The genus was first described in 1922 by William Parks from a school and vertical skeleton found in Alberta. Next is Argentinosaurus, meaning Argentina lizard. It's a genus of Titanosaurus sauropod dinosaur, first discovered by Guillermo Heredia in Argentina. The generic name refers to the country in which it was discovered. The dinosaurs lived on the Andean Island continent of South America somewhere between 97 and 93 million years ago. During the late Cretaceous period, it is among the largest known dinosaurs. Not much of Argentinosaurus has been recovered. The whole type species number PPEH1 include only a series of vertebrates. Ribs of the right side of the hip region a part of a rib from the flank and the right fibula. One of the vertebrae was 2 meters tall, and the fibula was about 1 meter. In addition of these bones, an incomplete femur is assigned to Argentinosaurus. This incomplete femur set has a minimal circumference of about 1 meter. The completed femur is estimated at 3 meter long. By comparison, there are complete femurs present in other giant titanosaurs. Ankylosaurus giganteus, which measures 2 meters, and Patagon majorus, which measures 3 meters. Next is Brachiosaurus. Is a genus of sauropod dinosaurs that lived in North America during the late Jurassic, about 154 until 153 million years ago. It was first described by American paleontologist Elmer S. Faridz in 1063 from fossil found in the Colorado River Valley in western Colorado, United States. Faridz named the dinosaurs Brachiosaurus altimphrax. The generic name is Greek from armed lizard, in reference to its properly long arms, and the specific name means deep cast. Presentasi is estimated to have been between 18 and 21 meters long. Weight estimated range from 28 to 58 metric tons. It had a disproportionately long neck, small skull, and large overall size, all of which are typical for sauropods. Typically, Brachiosaurus had longer front limbs than hind limbs, which resulted in the steeply inclined trunk and a proportionally shorter tail. And then Ultrasaurus. Ultrasaurus is a genus of sauropod dinosaurs discovered by Hang Kim in South Korea. However, the name was first used unofficially as nomen denudum in 6079 by James Janus to describe a set of giant dinosaurs bones discovered in United States. Because Kim published the name for his specimen for genus Claude, so officially genus renamed his species Ultrasaurus. Genus giant sauropod was later found to be a chimera, and the type remains are not assigned the Supersaurus. Ultrasaurus lived 100 to 110 million years ago during the Ancient and Abian stage of the early Cretaceous. Is now from part of an uniform arc and some backbones. And then Supersaurus. Supersaurus is meaning super lizard is a genus of diplodocid sauropod dinosaurs that lived in North America during the late Jurassic period. The type species S. viviani was first discovered by Vivian Jones of Delta, Colorado, in the Middle Morrison Formation of Colorado in 1972. The fossil remains came from the Brushy Basin member of the formation, dating to about 153 million years ago. A potential second species as Laurinhexis is now from Portugal and has been dated to a similar time. Supersaurus is among the largest dinosaurs now from good remains, possibly reaching 33 until 34 meters in length and a weight of 31 until 36 metric tons. And then Dunkleotus is an extension genus of Arthropodosaurus fish that extended during the late Devonian period, about 3058 until 3082 million years ago. The name Dunkleotus combines the Greek Aston meaning bone and Dunkley in honor of David Dunkley of the Cleveland Museum of Natural History. It consists of 10 species: the Terrelli, the Belgicus, the Denisum, and the Marisum, the Magnificus, the Missouriensis, the Niberi, and the Ambidorotus, and the Viveri, some of which are among the largest placoderm to have ever lived. The large species, the Terrelli, grew up to 6 meters long and 1 ton in weight. And then Deinonychus is an extinct genus of crocodilian related to the modern alligator that lived 80 to 73 million years ago. During the late Cretaceous period, the name translates as terrible crocodile and differed from the Greek Deinos, terrible, and Succus, crocodile. The first remains were discovered in North Carolina, United States, in the 180,050. The genus was named and discovered at 1909. Additional fragments are discovered and were later incorporated into an influential group in accurate skull reconstruction at the American Museum of Natural History. Knowledge of Deinosuchus remains incomplete, but better criminal material found in recent years has expanded scientific understanding of the massive predator. And then Megalodon. Megalodon meaning big boat, big tooth, is a species of shark that lived at approximately 23 to 3 million years ago during the early Miocene to the end of Pliocene. It was formerly thought to be a member of the family Hominidae, making it closely related to the great white shark. However, presently there is near unanimous consensus that it belongs to the extinct family Orthodontidae, which differed from the ancestry of the great white shark during the early Cretaceous. Its genus Presentasi is still debated after placing in either Carcarus, Megaselectus, or Orthodus, or Procarodon. This suggests the Megalodon looked like a superior version of the great white shark. But some experts believe it may have looked similar to basking shark or the same tiger shark, regarded as one of the largest and most powerful predators to have ever lived. Fossil remains of Megalodon suggest that this giant shark reached a maximum length of 180 meters, with the average size being 10 meters. The large jaw could extend that force of up to 110 to 180 newtons. Their teeth were thick and robust, brought from grabbing fury and breaking bone. And then Titanoboa. Titanoboa is extinct genus of very large snakes that live in what is now Lake Guajira in northeastern Colombia. They could grow up to 12 meters long and reach a weight of 1,000 kilograms. Fossils of Titanoboa have been found in the Cameroon Formation and that around 58 and 60 million years ago. The giant snakes lived during the middle to late Pliocene, about 10 million years period immediately following the Cretaceous Paleogenic extinction event. The only known species is Titanoboa caligensis, or the largest snake ever discovered, which supplanted the previous record holder. And then saber-toothed cat is any member of various extinction groups of predatory mammalia that were characterized by long, curved, severed canine teeth. The large maxillaire canine teeth extended from the mouth even when it is closed. The saber-toothed cats were found worldwide from Oceania upward to the end of Pliocene upward. Extinction for about 42 million years ago. Okay, that's our presentation from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.